In episode 1 of the White Panther, I took you into the mountains of Ladakh in search of the highest living predator on land. We were incredibly lucky to not only chance upon a snow leopard mother and her cub, but we also got to film the young one practicing how to hunt. This time, we're going to track both of them and learn about the survival choices that the mother must make, especially when there could be an aggressive male right around the corner. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kenneth and this is episode 2 of the White Panther, a wildlife series set in India's wild Himalayas. Before we begin the episode, special thanks to Snow Leopard Lodge for co-producing this series with me. If you wish to experience snow leopards in real life, the season here lasts for 6 months from November to April. Log on to snowleopardlodge.com to make your bookings. A big shout out to Canon India for sending me the RF 800mm f5.6. On day 4, we drove to the same location where the mother and cub were seen. A thin blanket of snow had draped the mountains. There was a herd of urial grazing on another mountainside. The snowfall would make our sightings a little easier. The cats would otherwise easily camouflage into the rocks and boulders. It didn't take much time until we spotted the mother again. She had an ibex kill with her. The blood spot on her shoulder in the previous episode most likely came from this hunt. We were expecting to see some feeding behavior, but the mother was more in the mood to just relax.
That's the mountain there in the background, and it's snowing right on the top of it. There's a little snow making its way here, and I'm going to toss this camera back in the bag and focus on the R5C.
Taking a snooze isn't the best idea when hungry raptors are circling above. Eagles and vultures are always on the lookout for resources. For now, raptors are the least of her concerns. The sun has burned through the clouds, and finding shade is the priority. Big cat activity reduces with the rise in mercury. We had to wait until it was overcast again. With the sun blocked out by the clouds once more, the entire mountain was being scanned for movement. 8 hours later, we saw the mother again. She dragged her ibex kill behind the large boulder before she started feeding. With her young one nowhere in sight, we were beginning to think that this wasn't the mother but another snow leopard. And we were right. As the evening clouds dispersed, the mother and her cub were seen higher up on the same mountain. Rewinding to the carcass dragging footage, we can confirm that this individual was in fact a male. He's intruded the female's territory and claimed her ibex kill as his. From where the mother is, she cannot see the intruder. Having already lost one cub, the mother can only play it safe and cautiously approach the kill. She can't see the male intruder, but she has surely caught a whiff of him. And so has the cub. Slowly but surely, the mother makes her way towards the carcass. Life's not easy up here. And that is something all snow leopards must learn the hard way. Strong winds blowing up the mountain seem to carry an unwanted odor along with it. Every step is a risky one. But at the same time, her ibex kill is too precious to give up. The mother can only analyze the situation by descending alone. She lets her nose lead the way. The mother reaches the exact spot where the male was sleeping 9 hours prior. It's remarkable how sharp their olfactory senses are. Using her Jacobson's organ, she can tell exactly who the intruder is and what his intentions could be. She visits every area that the male has scent marked. Yet somehow, she still hasn't seen him. The mother can smell every pheromone of the intruder. But she doesn't realize that he is right behind her. For reasons unknown, he does not pose a threat. Perhaps it's best to avoid confrontation and unnecessary injury. The mother abandoned her kill and the male waited until she had left. The relationship between this male and female cannot be ascertained, but it can only be assumed that he gets to keep the carcass and the mother gets to keep her cub.
been 10.5 hours of just waiting here at this exact spot, and we only found out later in the day that that wasn't the mother at the carcass. It was actually another male scavenging on that little ibex. The mom and her cub came back a little later. They were slightly above the kill, and the male is in hiding, the mother is somewhere else, and the child is somewhere else. We've got a near full moon right up there. Doesn't get better than this.
Our day started a little later than usual. The sun was up long before us. We left the lodge and drove back to the same location. The sunlight had turned harsh and I wasn't sure if we'd see any cats.
We're back at the same location that we were last evening, where we saw 3 felines. And at the moment it looks like there's only one feline. I assume it is the male. Let's just call it the intruder. We have no idea yet where the mother and the cub are. Most likely, to avoid confrontation, they would have left this area, but we're going to wait here for the rest of the day and see what happens. I've set up my 5D back there for some time lapses of those peaks right there, and it looks like the first half of today is just going to be time lapse centric, as well as tracking the snow leopards.
We came across a herd of ibex not too far away. They are social by nature, and their herd can comprise of as many as 100 individuals during spring. Being roughage feeders, Himalayan ibex typically feed on shrubs, leaves, grasses, and herbs. With high altitude vegetation being sparse, the wild goats are constantly on the move as compared to their lowland counterparts. Although the IUCN has classified them as least concern, illicit hunting, habitat degradation, and overgrazing by domestic livestock pose a threat to the species. Up close, you begin to realize how majestic these wild goats are. Large males can weigh up to 130 kilograms. They might look and sound too bulky, but they are gravity-defying beasts. Like I mentioned in the previous episode, a large male ibex would be the perfect kill for any snow leopard. And like any wildlife filmmaker, I wanted to be there to document that natural history moment. By the end of the day, we received word of the mother and cub in a nearby village. They were forced to move away from the kill and onto a safer part of the mountains. This was the last time I saw them together.
It's been extremely overcast at this location where the kill is at, and that's kind of a good thing because we should see the cat a little more compared to when it's sunny and when it's hiding in the shade of large boulders.
On day 6, the intruder was still guarding the kill.
We got to see a little bit of the feline in the open when we came out here, and then it just vanished. And after it vanished, there was a little bit of snow and fog, and then the entire mountain just got whitewashed. Clouds and really fine snow. You have the kill that's somewhere here, and you have the mother and the cub that's somewhere there. It's freezing today. Let's see what happens. I really want to get a hunt. So if we have Uriel or ibex just walking up this way, we could see something, some action.
There wasn't anything interesting in terms of behavior, and by now the kill would have almost been finished. The few scraps that remain would satiate the golden eagles flying overhead. Bearded vultures would later come for the bones. It's remarkable how multiple species can benefit from the loss of one.
There was no luck where the male was at, and we've driven a little bit ahead to Saspoche village, where we last saw the mother and her cub. And we also had news that there are some ibex here, so there is a very small chance that there could be a hunt. And I say very small because the ibex are out of sight. So are the two cats. Half the day is gone, and it's gotten completely sunny. And you know what it's like when it's sunny. Big cats are always in the shade. We left Saspoche village and we're back at the cliff where the kill is at. The raptor circling above. And we've just been yo-yoing from that location to this location and back. There are some orioles on the cliff behind me, and hopefully, just hopefully, these guys go down all the way to the bottom, grab a drink of water, and the snow leopard which is on that side sees them, and there might just be another hunt.
The Uriel were moving downhill as anticipated. It's a daily hike to the bottom of the valley to hydrate from the melting glaciers. These wild sheep are extra cautious because they don't want this hike to be their last. Meanwhile, on the mountain across, the intruding male has spotted them. This could be my chance to capture a successful hunt. The snow leopard is more than half a kilometer away. Yet it can see every single Uriel on our side of the valley. The slightest crumbling of rock could send the entire herd running away. And that's exactly what happened. I missed the opportunity for predator and prey to come face to face. The sun had set and we had to head back to the lodge. In the series finale of the White Panther, we're going to get out of our comfort zone and track Himalayan wildlife on foot. And we're going to do it no matter how much these mountains knock the wind out of us. Stay tuned for an epic conclusion of one of my favorite series so far. If you enjoyed this episode, hit the like button and subscribe for more. Your support will help me continue to tell stories of the wild and connect more people with the natural world. I'll see you in the final episode.